Sometimes, when getting out of bed feels impossible, and every part of you wants to stay still, it doesn't always mean you're lazy. It could simply mean you're emotionally exhausted. Your day hasn't even started yet, but your mind already feels tired, heavy, and completely overwhelmed by everything that's still waiting ahead of you. If this video speaks to you, please like, share, and subscribe for more healing reminders. Even simple tasks like checking emails, cleaning your room, or replying to a few small messages can suddenly feel way too overwhelming to even begin. It may feel like you're carrying an invisible emotional weight that nobody else can see, but you feel it pressing on you every single day. Small chores that once took only a few minutes can now feel exhausting, and even folding a simple pile of clothes feels like too much effort. You want to be productive and finally finish things, but your mental energy quietly disappears before you can even truly begin. Your mind keeps telling you to move forward, but your body feels frozen, tired, and completely unable to respond the way you want. You may begin avoiding calls and messages from people you genuinely care about, simply because social interaction starts to feel exhausting. It's not because you don't love your friends anymore. You're simply too mentally drained right now to find the energy to respond. Even thinking about conversations, future plans, or replying to someone can feel emotionally exhausting and quietly overwhelming. You may spend hours resting in bed, but somehow your mind never actually feels truly calm, quiet, or refreshed. Your body might be asleep at night, but your mind keeps continuing to replay stress, worries, and unfinished responsibilities. And when morning finally comes again, you wake up feeling just as exhausted as you felt the day before. You may be surrounded by friends, family, or coworkers, and still feel emotionally disconnected and completely alone inside. Things that once made you laugh, smile, or feel genuinely excited may suddenly feel empty and emotionally distant from you. Sometimes emotional exhaustion becomes so heavy that you slowly stop recognizing the person staring quietly back at you. Small noises, sudden interruptions, or tiny problems may suddenly feel unbearable because your emotional system already feels overloaded.
Look, I know it's
You may
hard, but
react
maybe
with
you should just try
frustration
to
toward
forget
people
about
you
it.
genuinely care about,
How
and
can
instantly
I?
regret how sharply you responded.
I'm so sorry.
That frustration usually isn't really anger. It's often emotional exhaustion quietly overflowing in ways you didn't expect. You may slowly lose interest in hobbies, passions, and activities that once made you feel genuinely happy and alive. And sometimes you find yourself missing the old version of you, the one who felt energetic, creative, and excited. When survival mode quietly takes over your life, passion is often the very first thing that starts to disappear. Even when you finally sit down to rest, guilt may slowly convince you that you should still be doing more. It may feel like you're carrying responsibilities, expectations, and emotional burdens that were honestly never fully yours to hold. And the truth is, you were never supposed to carry everything completely by yourself all of the time. Healing often starts by gently focusing on just one small task, instead of trying to fix everything all at once. Protecting your peace sometimes simply means reducing notifications, distractions, and unnecessary stress from your everyday life. Something as simple as opening a window and breathing in fresh air can genuinely calm an overwhelmed mind. A short peaceful walk outside can help release emotional pressure your mind has been quietly holding for far too long. Healing often begins the moment you slow down enough to actually listen to what your mind truly needs. Progress doesn't always have to look dramatic. Sometimes it simply looks like getting through one difficult day. Small peaceful moments may feel insignificant at first, but they can slowly help rebuild your emotional stability over time. Writing down your emotions honestly can help release thoughts that have been quietly trapped inside your mind. You deserve moments where nobody expects anything from you, and you can simply exist peacefully, without any pressure. Be gentle with yourself during these hard seasons, because exhaustion does not make you weak, broken, or any less worthy. Healing often happens quietly, slowly, and in small ways that most people around you never even notice. Sometimes growth simply looks like sitting in silence and allowing yourself to finally breathe again without guilt. And sometimes healing simply means learning how to pause, without feeling guilty about needing that pause. Support doesn't always have to arrive in big ways. Sometimes it quietly begins with just one caring message. You don't need to solve every single problem today. You only need to take one small step forward. Your emotional storm may feel permanent right now, but even the hardest seasons do eventually pass with time. Small wins matter more than you realize, especially when your mind has quietly been fighting invisible battles all along. Resting your mind is genuinely just as important as working hard toward any of your other goals. Reconnecting with old passions can happen slowly and gently, and that process truly deserves your patience and time. Peaceful moments can quietly remind your nervous system that safety still exists somewhere in your life. Your body may be asking for real rest in ways you've been quietly ignoring for far too long. Letting go of constant stimulation can help your mind finally slow down, settle, and breathe a little easier. A new day doesn't fix everything instantly, but it can still offer you a small, gentle fresh start. Little by little, your emotional energy can slowly return, if you simply give yourself enough patience and time. You are not lazy, broken, or failing at anything. You're simply tired, and you deserve kindness while you heal.